probably help if I turn that on as well. Nice, nice. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. But yeah, I guess I should actually. I'm just thinking they're like, movies. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Mindful Pig here, and of course, this is the Two Tired Dudes podcast. On this episode, hopefully, I will have Sheila and Casual Filthy on tonight. They were both hinting that they were probably going to be able to show up, but we'll see what goes on. If not, then you just get the pig for an hour, so, it is what it is. Maybe Pizza will pop on too. JW is busy tonight, so he won't be on, but he did leave me some comments and stuff to read out, so I definitely want to make sure I shout out his answers to some of the questions we had for this evening. I should have took my puffer too, apparently. Maria, I'm so glad you are. You know what, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm definitely gonna figure it out. And when I do, it's just gonna be it's gonna be like shit movies. I'm definitely probably gonna play Radiskull and Devil Doll. I thought about that one too. I want to go back and watch the shitty web cartoons that I used to. Salad Fingers. Fuck yeah, we're gonna watch some Salad Fingers. Maybe a little Red versus Blue. Yeah. I'm excited. I don't know. I just all I have to do is kind of just figure out how to do it properly. Django gave me the notes, and it kind of makes sense from there. But it's the Chromebook, dude. I believe in you, Chrome. But yeah. So speaking of TV shows, oh, you showed. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. How does he I don't understand him. I don't understand Juggernaut. Sometimes I think he's so cool, and then I'll say something today with Killer Instinct, and he just I don't know what that is, and I was how the fuck do you not know what that is? I'm legitimately waiting for him to go nah, I'm just fucking with you, but he never does. It's just straight up. He has no idea what you're talking about. It's you bastard, don't be so goddamn young. Exactly. God damn, I'm gonna get that 90s and 2000s cultures back into his soul. But that's crazy that he's never seen Charlie the Unicorn. That's insane, actually. And how would you not find that hilarious? That was that was YouTube in its prime, let's be honest. I don't know if you used to watch her or not, but she was kind of old, but I think she came out a little bit after all that. I'm gonna fuck up her name. Gozelle or Glozell. She'd go "Are you right? Are you fine? Are you good? Cause I want to know." And she would do all these stupid challenges and shit like that. But she was just so over the top, so funny. I think she's actually still around on YouTube, but I'm not sure if it's the same material anymore. But she had one, where she did the cinnamon challenge, and she was just so over the top with it. Just it was obvious that it wasn't that bad. Oh, that would actually be fucking heartbreaking. If I sat down and watched a show like that with the Juggernaut and there was no reaction to him, I'd be like, fuck you, man. Get out of my house. Oh. Yeah, right? Early YouTube was just fucking amazing. Oh, it's the best. I'm trying to remember what the show was. It was around the same time as Daria. I believe it was a guy that had a therapist's office, and the weird thing with the show is that everything was vibrating all the time. Fuck, man, I really gotta look for the name of that one. That used to be a show too. I think it was SWAT. Yeah, okay. Yes. Dr. Katz. Wow, fucking great memory, amazing memory. But yeah, that show too is pretty cool. I remember watching that one during that timeline in our lives. Oh, sorry, Tommy. You got that mac and cheese ad. Duckman. Hell yes, I do remember Duckman. Duckman was a fantastic show. Absolutely fantastic. People don't get it. You know, when you try to describe these shows, like it may sound like it's like out there, but like the writing and like the show itself and the characters, like it was good. Like they actually did a really decent job with everything. It's funny as hell and it's ridiculous, but at the same time, you're like, you know what? I get them. I get where these characters are coming from. How's your week been, Tommy? Or at least your day? I know we got to chat a little bit yesterday. Man, Duckman was great. I remember watching on Teletoon. Um, I think, okay, maybe I'm mistaken. I think Teletoon is just Canadian only. But basically, they had like adult hour or adult time, whatever the hell it was, and it was like all the adult cartoons would come on. So you know you have your Duckman, like you were just saying. You'd also get undergrads. If you ever seen that one, Mission Hill, Drawn Together was usually on there. Um, the Oblongs, that was another one that was on there. I think one was called Quads. Yeah, yeah, Quads was on there. South Park could be like thrown in there too. Like they'd have like one no-win show. But all those like miscellaneous shows were so good. Mission Hill was fucking fantastic. I used to love that one. Oh my god, yes, 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 yes. Usually most people have never seen The Oblong, so I'm so glad you actually know what that is. Right? It was such a like a messed up show, but it was so good. So good. Like this is I mean Marie. This is the kind of shows we'd be watching if I was in charge of a TV show night. Oh my god. Actually, I kind of want to show Juggernaut one of those shows just to see how he'd react to it. I'm sure there's some he's seen. I could feel like I feel like he'd be a drawn together kind of guy. Like I feel like he's probably seen that one. But Oblongs, I don't think he would have watched that. That'd probably be a new one for him. Um, I just saw the first season of Beavis and Butthead, and man, those were like, Tommy, that hurts the soul. That was the '90s though, you know, like that's what jokes were all about. Just two fucking goofballs talking about like fart jokes and butts and you know like that babe's hot. You know, just that was the kind of bullshit we had. I mean, look at Scary Movie. Look at all that kind of stuff. That's literally like what Beavis and Butthead were about. Just raunchy ass humor. I still have to see the movie. I've never seen the movie. I don't know why. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Strawberry Fruitopia. But yeah, sorry, wow. I totally forgot what I was originally going to talk about. I ended up watching a couple of things. So the first one, sorry, I know there's an ad break, but you know, them be the bullshit sometimes. Make sure no one's on there. Yeah, okay, guys, so with me. Yeah, so I ended up watching Pam and Tommy. I finished that series in the 2 weeks. I also watched Fresh, the movie. Okay, I have positive things to say about Pam and Tommy, so I'm going to use that as my second point. Fresh, I can wrap up real fucking quick, so we're gonna that bad boy right out of the park. So it came to Fresh. So, the movie doesn't really start until you're about like halfway into it, and then, aw, thanks Cheyenne. Thanks for throwing it out there. I thought it was a bit yet, so I said aw. Realized it wasn't, so it's just you fucking tossing out food. What's that? I know. I don't want to give away the movie. Hey 26, how's it going, buddy? Holy shit, long time no see, my dude. I hope life's treating you good. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, there's a movie called Fresh. It's really hard to say anything without giving it away, right? So I'll just say it was on Disney Plus if you want to watch it out. I guess it's not really a horror movie, it'd be more of a thriller. So if you enjoy those kind of movies, you'll probably enjoy this. be prepared. It's not half of the movie, I'd say. Maybe about a quarter of the movie. It's kind of just getting used to characters, introducing you to everyone. And then the movie kicks into gear, and the credits start to roll, and you kind of get thrown for a loop a little bit, yeah, I'll just put it that way. You get thrown for a loop. And yeah, it just becomes this completely different movie afterwards. It's really, really crazy. There is no gore, okay, but like when it comes to me, and hopefully one day you guys will get to see me watch one of these movies, you'll understand why Mindful's a little wimpy wimp when it comes to this stuff, but like, I just can't handle like gross shit, you know what I mean? And in this movie, I guess you do see some body parts every once in a while, but it's obvious that they're fake, like it's very obvious that they're fake. But it's just the psychological factor that this individual either expresses or gets into, or the story really hints at, and that's the part that really grossed me out. Like, it was the point where I stood up and I was weak, like I could barely move. I was like, oh, this is too much. So it's a really good movie, I will say that. It is a really, really good movie. Definitely worth a watch. Yeah, but hopefully if someone sees it, they'll understand. You'll be like, I get why you could say jack shit Mindful. Like, anything I say would ruin the movie. What it was going for, at least. Sorry, 26. I was just talking about some movies that I watched. It's called Fresh, Tommy. And same with you, 26. It's called Fresh. Yeah, we're just kind of going over like a little weekly recap and just talk about the movies, TV shows, and games that I played. But by all means, 26. If you have been up to anything recently, shout it out. I'm just excited to have you here. So it's been a long time since we had a chance to talk. So yeah, the other thing I watched was Pam and Tommy. So I finally finished Pam and Tommy, the series. If you weren't here last time, and because Mindful's kind of like a POS and hasn't uploaded his last podcast episode on YouTube, you might not know that I was watching that show, is what I was trying to get at. I'm sorry, I will get that up real soon. I'm down to the last 20 minutes. The Chromebook's just been really acting up, and Mindful kind of got a little lazy over this past week, not gonna lie. But that won't continue, I promise. I promise we'll make sure those are up before 2 weeks. But anyway, yeah, so Pam and Tommy. If you don't know what the TV show's about, it's all about their sex tape, basically. So you get the perspective of the person that took the tape, and how the tape made its way to the internet. You get the perspective of Pamela and what she's gone through. You get the perspective of Tommy Lee and, his stuff that was a factor. You get different individuals. You get to see how the lawyer part went down. Like, you pretty much get a good glimpse of everything that happened in that scenario. The reason why I think it was really well done is because, depending how you, I guess, feel about them, like, I wasn't anything big. I was like, okay, whatever, Pamela Anderson, whatever, Tommy Lee, right? I wasn't in that era where Motley Crue would have impacted my life as it might someone older than me. And I was a part of the era where Pamela Anderson was obviously a big deal, right? But like, minus her being like a sex symbol, like I didn't know anything about her, right? It's like she was on Baywatch, she did this movie called Barbed Wire, and she did Playboy. Like that's all I knew about her, right? Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Tommy. But watching that movie now and getting that perspective, and it's not gonna, like I said, it's a TV show. It's not gonna ruin anything for anybody, but at least for me, and same with Cheyenne, she felt the same way, and hopefully others will too. If you guys watch it, let me know. It really changed my opinion, I guess, of her. Like I said, I didn't have a bad opinion to begin with, but I just you really felt for her. Oh yeah, it's Stripperella. Thank you. That was the other one too. But you really felt for her, What's that, Cheyenne? It was really sad. It was just really, really sad. And the parts, like I said, every episode focuses on a different person. But when you got to the episodes that focused on her, and you got to see her whole life and how everything took place and how she became the woman that she is today and all that kind of stuff, there were some like fucking hardships. And then like even the tape itself, when you actually like see how that tape got out, and they even like go into such detail to tell you like why the tape was made. And all this, by the way, was done with Pamela Lee and Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. They had total input on this entire thing, right? And Tommy Lee didn't hold back. Like, I'll be honest, he's a piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a little asshole. But for some reason, like, you just always love him because he just has that personality. And he even admits that. He's like, yeah, you know, I was a little jackass back then, you know, obviously smartened up. If you don't know now, right, Tommy Lee's, I think he's 12 years sober, maybe even longer than that. So obviously, you know, young kid, like we all, I'm sure, we're little shitheads, right? Young kid with access to tons of money, drugs, liquor, women, all that kind of stuff, right? Obviously, he's not going to be the best individual in the world at that moment in his life. But yeah, so like, I still feel for him. There's still some stuff that goes on in his episodes that you definitely root for them. Like, I mean, obviously it's no surprise at this point, they're no longer together, so you get to see how that whole marriage breaks apart, but you also get to see how the marriage originally happened. And to be honest, like, if that sex tape didn't release, their lives were probably going to be pretty fucking fantastic. Like, they were legit, like, in love. It was just, yeah, it was beautiful. Not to be cheesy and shit, but it really was beautiful. Yeah, the only negative thing I'd have to say about it is the last 2 episodes, like I told Cheyenne, I felt kind of were just there to stretch it out and probably wasn't needed. So it's 8 episodes long. It easily could have been 6, maybe at the most 7. The reason why I say is the last 2 episodes kind of just, like, nothing progresses, nothing happens. It's all about the lawyer's parts, but it's just like a lot of unnecessary lawyer scenes, you know. Like, I don't need to see each day that they're talking and negotiating and not moving forward with things, right? I don't need to see you know, the long process of their breakup. Like, there was I guess episode 5 would have been, no, 5 and 6 kind of already alluded at all the problems they were starting to have. I didn't need an additional 2 episodes to tell me that shit was going bad for them. But yeah, anyway, minus that, like I said, really, really good show. I think that you would definitely take away a different opinion on them. Yeah, it's a series. It's a series, Tommy. It's, like I said, it's only 8 episodes long. That one's on Disney Plus as well. But anyway, that's my big one. Definitely like a 9 out of 10 for me. Like I said, I'm very surprised how much I enjoyed it, and I'm very surprised how, like, between episode 1 and 2, I really I was into it. I was like, okay, we need to finish this. I want to know. Okay, let me get caught up here on the comments. Sorry, guys. 2-6. So that's pretty interesting. There's been nothing much going on with me. Have you ever seen the movie My Suicide? No, I have not. What is My Suicide? That sounds kind of interesting. You know, the Stripperella, though, was a damn good cartoon. Can we just say Stan Lee did a good job with that one? Like, it actually was, like, good. You know? We're talking about, like, adult, ooh, nice catch, 2-6. We're talking about, like, good adult cartoons. That was definitely one of them. That was up there. Sheila! Hey, how's it going? Sorry, are you on the party chat? No, you're not. Okay. Just making sure. I know you said you wanted to hop on possibly tonight. So there is an old movie that reminds me of what you're talking about called Bronx Tale. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one either. What's Bronx Tale about? But yeah, so those are the two things I watched. Other than that, it was just Family Guy, you know, Robot Chicken, like, just stupid crap. nothing really important. Suicide is a very complicated but amazing movie, but I'm not sure how to explain it. Okay, you should definitely watch it. It's on Netflix. It's a little messed up at times. There's nudity, but it's great. That's fine. Like, I mean, I'm always like, you know, I get like a little like shy around it. Except male butts. I don't know what it is, but male butts are so funny. I love when that shit's in a movie. Like, it just cracks me up like no tomorrow. You know what I mean? So ridiculous. Or like a penis. When a penis disappears, it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Ooh, level 18 on Fallout 76. Way to go. Okay, what did you say, Sheila? A Bronx Tale is a 1993 American coming-of-age crime drama filmed by and starring... Ooh, Robert De Niro. Nice. It is directed, reviewed, and produced by Jane Russell. Adapted by Chance. Okay. 1989 play of the same name. It tells the coming-of-age story of an Italian boy who, after encountering a local mafia boss, is torn between attention to organized crime and the value of his honest, hardworking father, as well as racial tensions in the community. The Broadway product. Ooh, that sounds pretty interesting too, Sheila. I do like Robert De Niro, so I'm excited to see that. Yeah, so gaming wise, by the way, if you guys have any games you want to shout out that you've been playing recently, go ahead, and as I would do with the movies you shout out, I'll just read out those comments. For myself, I have played Skyrim again. We did that one on Wednesday. I mean, there's only so much I keep saying about the game, you know what I mean? So sorry if some of these I just go, it was again. I did that again. We played a little more Yakuza. We did do... I think I've done a lot of Fallout 76. To be real, like, I think we just done a lot of Fallout 76 lately. I did play a little bit of Shinobi 3, but nothing, you know, raising the cows about. Because it was literally, like, I think an hour. Maybe even less than an hour. Yeah, I honestly haven't played a lot. I guess for me to finish a series, like, I know it was only 8 episodes long, but for me to finish that in 2 weeks, like, that's how lazy and couch chill I've been lately. No, I've cleaned a lot too, actually. I shouldn't say I was that lazy. But yeah, I haven't really played too much that's worth shouting out, because it's all the games I've been playing this entire time. There's nothing new I've actually tried. I do have 2 games though that Jimmy and me need to get back into and stream for you guys. Well, one game I know he downloaded. The other game will just be for fun. This Wednesday though, instead of Skyrim, in all honesty, I'm kind of debating playing Dark Souls just because I really miss it. I've just been having a huge hankering for it lately. What's that? Meat Cannon did reviews on the 6 Leprechaun movies. Ooh. That sounds pretty good. You know, the first Leprechaun movie though was really good. Like, I actually enjoyed it. Like, I mean, yeah, it was funny, it was silly and all that kind of jazz, but like, they got really fucking ridiculous with them after that. Like, I don't know who picked up, like, who like thought of doing Leprechaun 2, and they're like, you know what? Fuck everything we did in that first movie. Let's make it fucking over the top cheesy. Like, I remember, like, what's one of the scenes? He has the pogo stick and he's like hopping and kills him that way. Like, it's so stupid. It's just so goddamn stupid. But same breath, I love it. No, the first Leprechaun movie, Sheila? Yeah, the first one was freaking fantastic. Just amazing. Okay, guys, making sure. Let's go ahead and pop up some of the comments so I can give those a little shout out. Oh, It! Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, it was really good. Did you not like the remake? I thought the remake was pretty awesome. Here we go. Wow, I am just butchering your original comment, eh? Like, mindful, read properly. You totally did say that all right, and I just read that completely wrong. So sorry, Sheila. Oh, yeah! Yeah, it was a spider, and he sprayed it with his puffer, right? That's what it was? Yeah, that was some fucking true 80s bullshit. Okay, there we go. Got it at the top. Nothing against my homies. What's that? Everything before To the Hood and back. To the Hood was good. Oh, for the Leprechaun movies, you mean? I think I only saw Leprechaun 1 and 2. I might have seen 3. You know, it was another good series in that kind of like horror genre, Tommy, was Wishmaster. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's kind of like the same element idea, but it was still relatively good. So yeah, the questions I had today that I was throwing out was weekly recap, and then for the next generation, what do you think those systems are gonna be like when they launch? So the PS6, the Xbox, the Switch 2, or another way of saying it, I guess, would be like, what are you hoping for? Do you want the new Xbox to launch with the next Halo, the next Gears of War, the next Fable? On the Switch 2, are you looking for it just to be able to finally stream? I know Tommy shouted out before having achievement points on there of some sort. With the PlayStation 6, would you love to see a return to Sly Cooper? What are you hoping for out of those new systems? The other one on there too was how do you deal with burnout from a video game? Sheila, actually shout out to her, she brought out a good point. Sometimes you want to beat a game, but you got like 30 games you're working on, right? And beating that game might take a year, 2 years. It might take quite a while to get there. So how do you cope with the burnout of trying to finish as many games as possible? Aw, thanks 2-6. Actually, yeah, let's get some Fruitopia in my system. But for burnout, by the way, it can also be for school, it can be for work, it can be whatever you want to talk about, really. That's the lifestyle version of this one today. How you guys deal with burnout. So, let me first light my candle. Ooh, Tommy with the hot take. I'm looking forward to hearing why you think that, buddy. Thank you, 2-6. Okay, so we have pizza first. So pizza put out good topic, lots of news with the games and the companies. Plus I feel that burnout, mine was more aligned to boredom. But still I wasn't playing games like I wanted to. It definitely does irk me when that happens. Sheila was just saying that she's gonna join later. You did have a few comments on here though, so you were saying I have a lot to talk about games, the games that are called remasters but still shit, games that were good and never given a shot. And then Pizza just added on just saying yes, and plus of those these new games, they're these big companies put out are worse than the games that came out years ago. People don't want to play the same damn game 3 times in a row. Yeah, I totally agree with you, buddy. Another one I threw out there too to add to the conversation was just, do you think every game deserves an easy mode? So today I had an interesting conversation with someone on Twitter. Really, I was just being a smartass, and someone just said every game should include easy mode and gamers shouldn't be judged, and me, I saw that and I was like, Dark Souls players say, I just feel like it's like a little funny Dark Souls meme, and It got a lot of likes, like it was doing pretty fucking good, but I also got the fucking nerds of the world that had to go like, yeah, actually, let me tell you how Dark Souls can be easy. I was like, yeah, I fucking know it has its easy moments. Like, shut up, bitch. It's just a joke. But then this one guy popped on there, he had to go like, actually, it can have an easy mode, and it wouldn't ruin the game experience. I don't understand why people are so against this. And it was like, wrong. Just wrong, my friend. Wrong. Dark Souls cannot have any Souls game should not have an easy mode. And like what I was trying to explain at that moment in time is that like you're taking away from the whole entire identity of that series, right? Like I was explaining, like it's like saying that Sonic shouldn't be the only character I play as when I play a Sonic game. I mean, yeah, it's fun, exciting, right? But like the whole point is to play as Sonic. Like that's why I bought the fucking Sonic game, right? Or like Sonic should be fast. He should have a car. It's like, well, no, like it's fucking stupid. Like why would you want that? Mario without a platformer, right? Zelda without the RPG mechanics. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you take away the difficulty of Dark Souls, what is there about that game that now makes it special? What makes it stand out? You know, Metrovania, like Super Metroid or Castlevania games, what does everyone know them for? The back traveling that you have to do in those games, right? Roguelites, the whole point to a roguelike is to die and to redo that course again. If you made it where you couldn't die, well, what's making it special now? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Sekiro is part of the Soul series, right? But again, that game doesn't have an easy mode. It just took a different approach to combat, right? Um, made people look outside their element for everything. So anyway, that was my little rant. I do think easy mode's a fine thing to have. Do not get me wrong. By all means, have easy mode in games. But I don't think every single game should have that ability. Because some games just don't need it. And it wouldn't benefit them to have that difficulty. Which leads me into JW's comment. So JW says, I don't think I'll be able to join, so I'll write here. Know that every game needs to be for everybody. If it's meant to be hard, then it's hard. If you don't like hard games, not for you, that's it. That's all. Which is totally true. If you like the game enough, you'll want to push through. I 100% agree with him on that one. And he was just backing up his point, saying, my point being exactly to your reaction, it wouldn't be a Tarantino film. Sorry. He's like, if you can't enjoy a Tarantino film, does making a PG-13 version make it more, enjoyable? Well, obviously not, right? Like, it would change the whole dynamic of his movie. So anyway, at least someone out there gets it. But yeah, that was all the comments we got this week. I unfortunately didn't get any from Twitter this time around, but I was a little bit slow in the draw, so I'll try to do better with that one. I'm just going to quickly go over the Twitch comments that were said. So, yeah, Tommy, you had your hot take on the PlayStation 6. I don't know if you said it below or not, but what was some of your thoughts on something you think that'd be better to offer with the PlayStation 6 as opposed to number 5? I thought 5 did pretty good, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't own it personally, so I can't really say. And then Sheila, you were just saying, okay, sorry to say it. The way I see consoles, they're trying to compete against PC, and consoles are getting expensive to purchase. That is very true. That is very, very true. I guess a way to what do you call it? Turn it on you is what would be the limit of a console? Like, is there a current generation that's out now that you're like, okay, that's it. That's my perfect console. I don't want to see any more upgrades beyond this one. Or do you think there's still a little bit more left of push? I mean, the ability to stream, the ability to make videos on your console, I think they've gone far enough. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I really could care less about frame rates. Like, fuck that shit. I don't really care. I mean, I feel like if you didn't grow up like on like Nintendo and Atari and like Super Nintendo and all that, maybe you probably care more about frame rates. But if you grew up on that shit, like, you know what it was like. Like, who gives a shit? And then Tommy, so you're saying we really hit the point where games can't improve much graphically. Very true. Still don't know what any of the game companies' plans are. Yeah, that is true. Like, I mean, on PC, yeah, you can go wild with it, right? But console-wise, I think we are going to start to reach a point where it's not as noticeable anymore. I can see where you're going with that one. And you're saying what? Think PlayStation should have a new handheld, maybe PS Vita 2. I would love that, Tommy. I wish they didn't make the handheld that they did. I wish we got the PS Vita 2. That is a good shout, though, for the next PlayStation console. Because with the PS6, that would make that I don't even know what they call it now. That thing for the PlayStation 5. That's basically like a handheld device. But I'm pretty sure they'd make it obsolete, and you know they could either choose one, patch the PS6 into that, or start fresh and like you said, make the PS Vita too. Ooh, Sheila, that is a good. Oh, you're throwing down some good consoles. But we're also not including an entire 2 generations after that. PS3 and the Xbox 360. That's where you think they should have stopped. I can see it. Like I could see your point automatically, because graphics were terrible, but they were still video game graphics. I say that like, you know, like as in like you can still tell it was a video game, whereas now it's getting more and more realistic, right? Where it's kind of starting to cross that boundary. I gotta think if I agree that was the best stage to stop at. So you even think about it. Okay, so the Xbox 360 you could play online, the PlayStation 3 you could play online. So you got online play, that's still available to you. That's good. You had the achievement system pop in, right? You had the customable characters. So there was some good features on there. You don't have the ability to stream. That's a loss, to me at least. You did have the ability to open up apps, so like if you had to play Netflix or whatever, or YouTube, you had that option available to you. Load speeds were different, but load speeds aren't the end of the world, right? I could handle a 360 load speed, that's no problem. Yeah, honestly, I said I don't disagree with you. The only thing that wouldn't sell it on for me is the ability not to stream. That's just too important to me now. Yeah. No, wait. Did the PS3 have backwards compatibility? I thought that was one of the systems they screwed up on. Or am I wrong? I know the PS2 could do the PS1. You could. Okay. My bad then. Was it okay? It must have been only for the PS2 though, right? It probably couldn't play PS1 games, or it could play like certain PS1 games, I would imagine, if it did. Sorry, Tommy. You were saying, I don't know, I just hope new games come out. It's oops. Sorry, chat jumped there. I hope new games come out just because the faster the PS5 took. Yeah, that is true. I'm trying to think, like, you know, big games. Well, I mean, I guess you had the new Spider-Man that came out with the PS5, right? You had the new God of War. You had how many goddamn Last of Us remasters? I'll have to look it up. Because, yeah, I'm with you, Tommy. Off the top of my head, like I said, minus God of War and the Spider-Man game, I can't think of very many PS5 games that came out. Oh, I guess you got Demon Souls remastered. So, yeah, that's tough. If you count remasters, it sounds like there was a good lineup, but if you take those out of the equation, right? Yeah, well, how many actual, like, big games launched on the PS5? That's a solid point, Tommy. Okay, you both. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize. I honestly thought the PS3 skipped that backwards compatibility. But that's cool to know. That's actually really cool to know. Tommy, back to your comment here. Okay, so you agreed the PS3 and the 360 was pretty much a sweet spot with graphics and could hold a lot of memory, could play movies, ability to stream, could have been added on with an update, I'm sure. You think it could? I guess, yeah, it was pretty advanced technology. You're right. I mean, if they had the ability to put apps and YouTube and all that shit on there, streaming probably isn't as complicated as I'm thinking in my head. You probably don't need an Xbox One to accomplish that. But yeah, PS3, Had a lot of great games that we're talking about. Say the PS4. I really am pissed at myself that I didn't get a PS4 during its prime, because I really fucking missed out on a lot of great games. What game you played tomorrow if nobody requests them? Yeah. Of course, Tommy, of course. There's the man of the hour. I love this though. 2 subs, it's totally worth it. The next Juggernaut, what is it? Stream idea. Words. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. That's the only thing I have on here is the Twitch one. He's on Kick. He's on YouTube as well. I'll have to change it up. I'll have to give you a special shout-out thing, just like I did for JW. By all means, you can throw out your links, JW, wow. Juggernaut. Yeah, Juggernaut's on YouTube as well. He actually has mostly, I think almost all of his streams on there. But yeah, sorry. So Tommy, the original question I had for you, I was gonna say earlier, was, okay, so PlayStation's knocking on your door, Tommy, and they're asking you what you want to see on the PlayStation 6. What is the games that you would hope on there? Like, is there any game at all that you're like, oh fuck, man, I really want this one to be made again, or I want them to continue the series of this particular game? Hell yes, of course it's gonna be Blood. Like, what fucking PlayStation player doesn't say Bloodborne remake at this point? Like, speaking of South Park, there's an episode where they're like rubbing their nipples, the cable companies, because they're the only cable company in town. I feel like that's what PlayStation does with Bloodborne. Like, they're just sitting in their office going like, yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you, bitch? But you're not gonna get it. I'm glad you like that. I was actually doing the nipple rubbing too, but then I realized no one could see it, so that was kind of pointless. You saw that South Park one? Nice. SOCOM. Man, I don't think I ever played a SOCOM game, actually. Shit, that's a missed opportunity. But that would be yours, Sheila? That's what you'd want to see on the PlayStation 6? Let's get that poker catch going, baby. I kind of want to see Sly Cooper, in all honesty. I want to see that one make a comeback. That wouldn't be my fucking game that would make me get the PS6, but definitely would be one of them. Perfect. There's the Juggernaut's link, everybody. Just gonna quickly highlight that one, because that'll make it easier to add later on. Yoink. I will never go to bed. I'm trying to think, because they have gone back to a lot of the older ones. Like no, I guess Jack and Daxter, eh? We haven't got a new one of those in a while. But we obviously got like the new God of Wars, right? So that took care of that. We had Final Fantasy VII finally happen, so you can't really say that one. We've had Spyro, we've had Crash. We've had Tomb Raider now make a comeback. Like, yeah. Which is like, I don't feel bitch about them. They have done a good job bringing back old mascots, characters, whatever you want to call them. I want a Final Fantasy 13 remake and a Final Fantasy. Ooh, I could be down for that, actually. That would be pretty badass. Especially nice updated graphics. Ooh, baby, that would look so sharp. That's it, right? Right, Tommy? I feel that with you. I feel that with you. I think Sly Cooper is like the next big drop that they could do. I guess unless you're counting like, the miscellaneous ones were along the way that stuck with people. Like, I would love to see whatchamacallit? I would love to see Lord of the Rings The Two Towers, if you ever played those ones on the PlayStation 2. Fucking fantastic Lord of the Rings games. I would love to see those make a comeback again, even as a remaster. Possible, it is possible. We are getting, Battlefront 2 fucking brought back from the grave. Don't change that shit, update the graphics. Oh, Dragon Quest. Yeah, actually. That's a long ass series to go back and pick which ones you'd like to see too. Oh, that's a good shout, Jugs. That's a good shout. Yeah. Damn. Sorry. Yeah, but Square Enix, so it's great. It's fantastic. Nothing wrong with that company whatsoever. The other ones, Jugs, if you had any opinions on them, were basically we were just saying, do you think every single game needs to have an easy mode in it? I made the argument that I think Dark Souls, for example, wouldn't need an easy mode. I don't think that would benefit that game whatsoever. I had like a little Twitter discussion today with someone on that one. Yeah, Marie, he showed up. Oh, Marie, we have a new goal, by the way. It'll cost us 2 subs, and the Juggernaut will watch 1 episode only. Whatever show he wants for him to watch. And I was wrong. He has not seen Drawn Together, so, I'm a little pissed about that, to be honest. No idea what the oblogs were. Yeah. He's a very, very expensive prostitute, apparently. I'm just kidding, Chunks. Also, too, yes, thank you, Jody, for the raid. I appreciate it so much. That was a very nice message you sent me. I appreciate it. I just had a chance when I hopped on stream today to take a peek at that one. But thank you very, very much. That was very kind of you. It was nice to catch your stream as well. I appreciate it. And welcome to the Two Tired Dudes podcast. If you have any things you want to talk about, you're also more than welcome to go ahead and shout out your own little promotions, Jody. Basically, the subjects today, we're talking about, do you think every game deserves an easy mode? For the new console generations, is there anything exciting that you'd like to see out of them? So the PlayStation 6, the new Xbox, the Switch 2. And then finally, just how do you deal with burnout? What's some techniques they use to get past that? Yeah, like, Marie, what he doesn't understand is that we're giving him content gold. Like, can you imagine the views with him watching that? Like, that's as good as when they have, like, kids listen to, like, 90s music, and they're just like, yeah, this is the best. That's what it'll be like for you, Juggernaut, watching these adult cartoons. The reaction will be that'll get you subs right then and there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Sorry, no, I didn't skip any messages. I didn't skip any messages. I just had a whole bunch of stuff pop up at once. Okay, here we go. Juggernaut, the man, the myth, the legend. He said, "No, I believe they shouldn't have an easy mode, but some people suggest that they should for people with disabilities who want to play them." Different approach. I'll give you that. But what do... Okay, here, I'll put the coin back at that person, right? And say, what do other games do for people with disabilities? More than just the Soul series are hard games, right? I mean, I fucking can't even handle platformers, you know what I mean? I'm sure I would be the only person that can't handle a platformer. I can't shoot worth shit in an FPS, you know what I mean? So it's like, I understand the argument, but how does that differ from any other game, I guess is what I'm getting at. I know that wasn't your particular comment, I just mean to that individual that would have made that. Oh, fuck. Are you kidding, Marie? I have to go back. I had no idea Will Ferrell was in it. Holy shit, Mindful. What the damn, I gotta go look that up again. Okay, sorry. And then we got Tommy's message here. Okay, so Tommy would like to see don't care what system, but OG Resident Evil game collection. Ooh, with achievement and trophies 1, 2, and 3. Code Veronica, Dead Aim Survivor, all the OG Resident Evils. You know, Tommy, Jimmy would be fucking right there with you. He'd be like, take my money right now. Yeah. Especially too, because the one that I'm playing, Resident Evil 1, I think you and Jimmy both told me that hasn't been remastered since the GameCube, right? So, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see that one get redone. Jody! Oh, I'd love to be involved, but oh, yeah, of course. No, of course, Jody. You have a good evening. We do this every second Tuesday, so if you ever get the opportunity, you're more than welcome to. Oh! Juggernaut just shot down Marie. I mean, after all the subs she gave you, all the bits she's given out of her hard-earned pockets. I don't know, Marie. That's cold. You can't keep it up. Neither can I. You know my life because I know what I want. Okay, sorry. I found I don't need them in my life because I know that I know what I want. They have accessory features that From Software refuses to add. Really? Okay, I did not know that. Wow. I wonder why they. Yeah. That's Bob all along. The man, the myth, and legends. Like, half my stream could just be reading out the two of your guys' comments. Like, seriously. It's too good. Oh. Juggernaut, you're too funny, my dude. Yeah. No, that's, yeah, kind of... Ooh, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. That is, I guess, yeah, I agree, Juggernaut. Then it does change my perspective on Dark Souls a little bit. Not in a bad way. I'm just being. I kind of get your point. But again, just to fucking put that stake in the ground. I still don't believe that there should be an easy mode in Dark Souls, though. Just because, like I said, you know, the game is meant to be hard for a particular reason. And that goes with all Souls games. And I made my point earlier already, so I'm not going to rehash that again. Tommy, you have a wonderful evening, my dude. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for having a conversation with me. Oh. That's a... Oh, I get it now. It's just a Lego piece of Captain Spaulding. That's cool. Thanks for throwing my thought train right off the rails there, Cheyenne. Appreciate it. For some Lego pieces. Yeah, have a great night, Tommy. And I will definitely play that game tomorrow. If it's not easy mode, yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair, Juggernaut. That's a solid point. I wouldn't want someone not to enjoy a video game for any means necessary. But again, like I said, for those out there that just like, it needs an easy mode, it's like, no, shut up. No, it doesn't. Spartan kick you off the cliff. I think Killer Instinct, or sorry, yeah, it's not Killer Instinct. Fuck, every time I see that, that's the first thing that comes to my head. Kingdom Hearts was meant to be hard, which is why there is a proud and critical mode, which is by far the most fun. Damn, you know, like I know you were playing it the other day, or yesterday I guess it was, but I never thought of that game like to be hard. But it's been a long time. Like I haven't played it since the PS2, so sorry if I'm insulting anyone. It's like my fault. The game's fucking difficult. I always knew the story was like really complex. I just didn't know the game itself was hard. I never even got a chance to ask you yesterday, like what was the trophy you were trying to get? Because it kind of looked like you were just doing the same part over and over again. So I'm assuming it was something simple you were trying to grab that was like, you know, simple but difficult. If that makes any sense. As you probably guessed, it's that time of the show where Mindful has to do an apology because the audio once again got so badly butchered that we couldn't make out an entire hour worth of content. I am incredibly frustrated with this already. Um, yeah, this is like the third take I've tried to do now of just explaining this because background noises keep ruining everything. But I'm pissed. I'm so pissed. And a huge apology to Sheila. First time on the podcast, and all of your audio was so quiet that no one could even hear what you were saying. And that wasn't your fault, that was completely mine. I need to go forward, and I'm going to make sure I announce on the Discord too. When you guys pop on, I don't want you guys start talking into a conversation. We are first going to make sure your audio is coming through. Um, Adjust whatever I can possibly adjust still on it, and if we can't hear you on Twitch, then yeah, there's literally no point of having that conversation because it just hurts. It just hurts to have someone talk passionately about a video game and you know go on this whole spiel and then for it just to be unusable. It sucks. It just sucks so much. And it used to be just Pizza would happen to, and that makes sense because he was outside all the time. But now it's JW. It's now Sheila. It's Juggernaut. It's so frustrating. So yes, when someone comes on, say your hello, but then we're gonna do the testing 1, 2, 3 thing and to make sure that you're actually coming through. Okay. The other options we're gonna look at, like I said before, we have a Chromebook, we have an Xbox, we have a PlayStation, we have a phone. So I don't have PCs. Is what I'm trying to say. So at one point in my life, hopefully I'll get one. Currently, Mindful just can't afford a PC. So that's gonna be on the back burner for a while. Um, I don't even know if that'll fix it. Like, it might just be Discord. Discord just might be the most frustrating app in the world to use. And the other part that annoys me is on my headset, you guys sound perfect. You're loud, you're clear, there's no issues. It's just when it comes to the stream. That small connection from um, Discord to Twitch, something goes wacky. And it just always comes out so quiet. And I really don't understand why. Especially because before I used to do this and it was fine. It was fine. Maybe it's because I used the Xbox app. Maybe that is the better option to go with, which sucks because not everyone has Xbox, right? So it's like not everyone can join in that conversation. Yeah, I don't know. There was a few other apps too that JW showed out that I could try to use as well. So maybe we'll look into those ones. But yeah, I really wanted to say I'm sorry. I really wanted to say that I'm extremely grateful that you guys still watch this on YouTube, that you guys still listen on Spotify, or wherever you might listen to it on a podcast platform. Um, yeah, just thank you, and please don't give up. That's my main thing. I don't want this to become where it's like, well, I can't even hear half the podcast, so why am I gonna tune in every week? Like, I promise you, I'm working on it. I am trying to get the audio issues fixed. So, you know, stick with the pig if you can, because I promise that things will get better as we keep progressing forward. But again, sorry, Sheila. It was the first time on the podcast, so please come back again. I'm gonna have you again have your moment to shine on the podcast, because that wasn't fair to you that you lost out on all that conversation that you had with Pizza. And same with the Juggernaut. Juggernaut, I'm so sorry that your audio got cut out too. Hopefully this episode was still somewhat enjoyable. I mean, the beginning was kind of fun with chat on Twitch, sorry. So hopefully that made it better. Maybe that's the option too. Maybe I need to just do the podcast on YouTube live instead of, or maybe I just don't do it live. Maybe I just pay Restream, I think is the app I use, to just record my conversations. Maybe going live is hurting it too. Maybe it's just too much for the Xbox and the Chromebook and whatever else I'm using to make this work. Maybe it's just too much pressure on all that. I don't know. The other option too is I said I need to hardwire this, but we still haven't located the internet cord in this house. Somewhere in here there's a spare internet cord, I know, where I can jack it into the internet and bring it closer to the Chromebook or the Xbox, or what I'm going to hardwire into. Anyway, that's a long-winded explanation. You guys don't need to hear me brainstorm right now. You just need to know that I'm sorry, and that I promise you things will get better soon. Okay, so thank you again for tuning in. Thank you to all the guests that hop onto the podcast. And most importantly, thank you to everyone who hops in Twitch or YouTube or Twitter or Discord or wherever it is and try to make this the most engaging podcast possible. Have a beautiful night, everybody. Bye.